And go.
Okay. Okay, what do you think the mice are different colors?
They have different traits from their mom and their dad, and depending on which trait they get, that's why they're a certain color.
Which of the friends of Safe's friends do you think is correct? Jerome, Alexa, June, Safe himself, Fiona, Lydia, or Billy?
I think maybe Billy, because blood type.
I think
Okay.
maybe Alexa.
Okay, well, why do you think Billy?
Because I'm not really sure how traits are passed down. I know it's like, I think it's in your DNA, and isn't your DNA in your blood? I don't know.
Why do you think Alexa?
I don't know. I've always heard that you get half your traits from your mom and half your traits from your dad, and so whatever trait is dominant is the trait that is like this one.
Okay, well, why do you think it's not like Jerome?
Because it's easy to get. That's how reproduction works.
It's half and half.
Yeah, it's half and half. It's so split in half.
Okay, well, why not Lydia?
Well, I think it does matter what your parents' traits are like, because, I mean, if the mom is white and the dad was black, you're probably not going to be blue,
Yeah.
right? You're going to be one of those two.
Yeah.
Maybe a mix of them have spots, but
Like
it's going to be like,
two humans. Wouldn't
you're going to have like a
dog.
very similar trait to at least one of your parents. It's not going to be random.
And why not June?
Female are just as strong as males. Oh no.
I feel like same thing like with Jerome, like it's half and half, like they're equal.
Yeah, it's not about which one is the strongest. And actually, I looked it up. It's predicted that all mice have 23,000 genes. So I mean, they have a lot more than us, but it's not like the guys get this much more and the girls get this less, or girls get more and guys get less.
Gotcha.
What do you think the purpose of this prompt is?
For elementary students, I think is to see like there's a reason why like we look different, and that it's not like random. Like I wasn't randomly born with brown hair and brown eyes. Like it has to do with my parents and genetics.
I agree with what she said.
I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions. Like reading like these students' ideas, I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions that people have about it. I don't know.
Okay, I made this little thing. The red are the mamas.
Okay.
So you each get a mama, and you each get a daddy,
Right.
and your mama and daddy are chromosomes.
I'm just gonna do mine up here so it's on the screen.
Okay. And when you join them together, so if you want me to take it, I can.
I can just.
Here, watch me do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That works too.
Good plan.
Or like you can connect them. I'll just take more on the end. But either way works. However you want to do it.
Oh okay.
I want to twist them together.
Well, everyone's parents are different, so my parents will be like this, just
My
connected
parents
on
are
the
twisted
end.
together, and yours are connected on the end.
Cool. Cool.
Well, you had the thing I wanted you to gather from that was that originally, if you start out with, you have one whole piece from your dad, and then you get a whole from your mother, and during the process of reproduction, you will get, like you said, 50% from your father and 50% from your mother, and when you connect them, whether it be you spin them together or you make a circle, you'll end up with one piece. So that would be your first step of production of, I guess, a baby mouse. or little mice, that would be fertilization, because you get one, the egg will be fertilized by the male sperm, and you get 50% of your traits from your mother and 50% from your father.
That's why it's half and half. Half of it is blue, half
Yeah.
of it is
Half is half.
Half my circle's blue, half of it's.
And it equals, it'll come to be one, because you'll get like 50, it'll come from like a whole of your mom and then a whole of your dad, and they'll each give you half of theirs to make your one.
Gotcha.
And then we have Mr. Gregor Mendel. He believed that traits would be dominant or recessive. And I said that a dominant trait would be visible, that it would kind of like win, I guess. It's really not a competition, but if you think of it as a little kid, you would say it would win. It would mask over the recessive gene. And the recessive gene would be the one that would be the loser, that would be covered by the dominant. The other word that I thought that you should know would be chromosomes. They're thread-like strands that contain hundreds or thousands of genes. And those genes determine your hair color or your eye color, things like that. Whether you can roll your tongue, things like that, are from your genes. Quick question, how many chromosomes do you think you get from your mother and your father?
24. From your mom and 24 from
what?
your dad.
I think
48?
12 from each. Don't you have 24
know.
total? Or do you
Well,
have
no,
like...
yeah, because it's 6.
Or no, it's
chromosomes.
26 total. So you have 13 from each? I don't know.
It's 23 pairs, and it equals to 46.
Oh,
So it'll be
okay.
23 from each.
Oh,
Gotcha.
we were both wrong.
It's okay.
Hey, that's what
We're
you-
students, we're learning.
Yeah,
That's why we're
what
here.
learning. Why do you think you don't look like your same-sex parent says that you're both females? Why do you think you don't like just like your mom, not like your dad?
Because our dad's DNA got mixed in
Mixed,
with our
yeah.
mom's DNA. And then
And sometimes, like, your dad's traits are
dominant.
more dominant than mom's. So that's why.
Yeah, like my
Like,
dad has
I-
blue eyes, but I don't. My mom has brown eyes.
I know,
So-
well, my dad has blue eyes and my mom has brown eyes, and I have hazel.
Hazel. See, I have
Yeah.
brown.
Both
Same
of
thing
my
for my
parents
hair.
have brown, and I have brown.
Same thing for my hair. My mom has like black hair, my dad has like strawberry blonde hair, and then my hair is like
A mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm like a mix completely of my mom and dad.
I look so much more like my dad than I look like my mom.
See, I look like my dad and I look like my mom and my brothers look like my dad.
Gotcha.
Um,
My sister doesn't look like either of my parents.
well, if you think about what Mr. Mendel said, that one is dominant and one is recessive, that kind of goes back to Safe's little probe here, that probably since the dad is black and the mom is white, and there's more black little mice than white, that the black color would be dominant over the white.
Gotcha.
The main idea of the probe is to, like you said, to let you see why we don't look exactly just like our mom. Like if you're a girl, why you don't look just like your mom? Or if you're a boy, why don't you look exactly like your dad? Why do you kind of like have different things from each one?
Right.
So you can understand inherited traits, and that you get 50% from your mom and 50% from your dad. Dominant and recessive genes. I have another little activity, and that would be, I give each of you Skittles, so I'm going to record you.
Okay. Tell me when you're
Okay. Alright, so you each have some Skittles, but you're not going to look at them. And you're going to grab like 2 from each one, and what this is going to be like is if I wrote down actually the colors, like if you get yellow or green, that means you'll have brown eyes, or if you get purple, you'll have green eyes, or if you get red, you'll have blue eyes, or orange, you'll have hazel eyes, and that kind of lets you see like, all right, who wants to be the mom and who wants to be the dad.
I'll be the dad.
Okay, so you'll see like, you get, your 50%, 50-50, and you're going to draw like one Skittle out of each one, and we'll see which color each one of you get.
Okay.
And then you're gonna place that color in the bag. Okay, and then take it up, and then one of you can just take the Skittle. And that's gonna be like, you got your 50% from your purple from the dad, and the yellow from your mom, and this will be actually what you play with. So, you have brown eyes. Okay. Any questions?